All right, so we are going to finish the first body paragraph and then be done. Yay! Woo! Thus far, we have, in school, children can be mean. They are not always trying to make others feel left out, but this can happen from time to time. If uniforms were used, this effect would be lessened. First of all, the author of The Right to Be the Same article states that uniforms are a way to make sure that all students feel the same. So if you remember, using our little cheat sheet here, you do a transition, which is what we just did, state some evidence. Now, elaboration. Elaboration is kind of like your own spin on what was just said, your own little extra detail, or kind of like your opinion, as long as you don't say, I feel like this. You have to say your opinion without the word I. So let me reread this and see if I can do that. The author of The Right to Be the Same article states that uniforms are a way to make sure that all students feel the same. If students are allowed to dress differently, it makes sense that they would feel differently. Some kids cannot afford very fancy and expensive clothes. This would make them feel bad when they see that other children can afford nicer things, period. So I used 2 sentences to elaborate, and that's okay. You just want to tell more about what the evidence said, okay? So now, again, we're doing a transition and a piece of evidence. I think we should go here since we were just talking about what people are dressed like and the fact that some people can't afford nice things. So how about this one? In other words, and then we'll use this quote. Certainly, no one should be judged as better or lesser because of what they wear. So now let's do that. In other words, the author of The Right to Be the Same article means that we borrow that quote, but then we'll fix it so we're not stealing. Just borrow this part, copy, paste. Okay, so the author of The Right to Be the Same article means that no one should be judged as better or lesser because of what they wear. No, okay, so instead of one, we'll say child. No child should be picked on because of their clothes. Okay, we've just done evidence. We did a transition and then evidence. Transition and then evidence. Now we need to do elaboration. Remember, elaboration is you kind of saying what you think having to do with this in your own words, saying a little bit more. So let's reread it. In other words, the author of The Right to Be the Same article means that no child should be picked on because of their clothes. That is not what school is meant for. School is not meant to be a fashion show. It is a place for learning. And I think I'm even going to leave it at that because talking about learning as the last sentence of this paragraph will transition nicely into the next paragraph, which has to do with learning and a focus on schoolwork, right? So let's see, let's cross this off. And I did not end up using that third quote, but that's okay. You always want to be more prepared. And see, next video, we'll talk about this paragraph where it's a focus on schoolwork. Excellent.